Welcome to Lifestyles of the Strange and Exotic, flaking out for jury duty hall. Now, well, as I'm filming this, in not but a few hours, I'll have to go to my first jury duty, and it's still shady of how I got selected. I ended up being stopped by a police officer who actually lied to me about why he stopped. I guess you can't, like, randomly run plates, I guess. So it's like, well, your high beams are on. And I'm like, and I'm testing them as he's, like, talking to the person who was following me, straightening out the issue. It wasn't no big deal. But it's like, really? At least tell me. Okay, this is the reason I stopped you. Don't fucking lie to me. So that must have put me in the system and not maybe a week or two later, as if, that time of the... With all the stuff that was going on made things wonderful. I was like, really? Great. Wonderful. Now, I got... two halves of my brain that are like, okay, the one that's fighting the monster of anxiety is like, oh god, I gotta do this. Fortunately, I managed to get them close by so I can drive myself, and there's that sort of safety in a familiar place kind of thing. And it's like, oh, it's a new experience, I've never done this before, and it's like, yeah. But the other side of me is like, this could be interesting and something new, and so it's like that clash, which is usually, I don't know if other people who suffer anxiety have to, deal with those two sides of the rational and the totally fucked kind of going together. So part of this is sort of a comfort haul in sort of pre-birthday. And then I'm like, of all the months to put this in, it's like 3 weeks before my birthday. It's like so I can kind of look at these things that I got, and it sort of makes me happy. Because I scored big on this. Now, most of these are from Amazon, and then a couple I got today at the Will. So, insert rant here. Another rant. I'm shopping, and of course Amazon went from 39 to 49. No, it was what, 29? No, 35 to 49 for free shipping. So, I'm like, okay, I'm hoarding like I usually do, and I'm like, okay, I really have to want this to, fork out $50, but I saved $11 in shipping. But, I'm shopping. I have the Sims 3 Supernatural in my cart, ready to go, and I'm trying to finagle things around so I can, get the free shipping. As it's in the cart, I get a message going, well, you can't buy this item because you are not a Prime member. And I'm like, really? Really? And Alpha Omega Sin, not too long ago, not too long before that, put up a vid addressing this particular issue. And I'm thinking it was going to be like, well, I suppose it's a big name game. And I'm like, really? Now, if I want this game, I will purposely not go through Amazon to get it. I'm like, okay, fine. I'll wait till I find it in the clearance bin at Walmart, because I know they carry it. It was like, what, $11, $12 or something like that. And Walmart wants 20. I'm like, I didn't want it that badly. But fortunately, they picked that game, because I would have gone apeshit if they had done that with this game. Item number 1. I might have a thing for Geralt. And this, I should have, I think this is what, $12? Everything was under $15 a piece. So, everything's pretty cheap. This might have been most expensive at like 12. And I'm like, yeah, I had been playing Tonight Witcher, so I made it kind of back to where I was on the other computer, which was really slow, so Geralt kind of had a seizure as he was going. So, and I'm like, The Witcher 2, and this is the Enhanced Edition, which is kind of the, they fancied it up. They cleaned it up a bit and made things a little more, modernized. And and I'm loving the first Witcher, which I found for $2 at the Will, with everything included, the book, and it came with like the music CD, the making of CD, and there's a lot of stuff there. I got The Witcher 2, and it got the book, the map of the area, which I have yet to see actually. So So I think it's a map of the entire kingdom, because the second one I think goes where in the first one, and I'm only in like chapter, haven't even gotten to chapter 2 yet, I'm still doing a buttload of stuff at the beginning. You're kind of doing little local type things. This hits everywhere. This is the Northern Kingdoms. Okay. So it's really kind of cool. You got the Zima, where I'm at now, I guess, which is in the Kingdom of Temeria. Pyridania. This is so awesome. Ah, I have room. Ooh, there's one back. Ooh. Ooh. In the Pontar Valley. Ooh. Now, I have, well, seen parts of, like, people have done the, cutscenes to the games and made movies out of them, so I've seen, like, parts of The Witcher 2, so I have a vague idea of kind of what's going on. But there's so much to do, and what you do in the game affects the outcome, so it still doesn't ruin it. How many books do I got in here? Okay, that's just sort of the basic how you do things. The game manual, and then you got the quest handbook, which is really good that they include these things. Most games you have to pay like $50 just to buy the game that tells you, you know, this is what you do in this thing if you get stuck, you know, those type of manuals. So you get the game disc 1 and 2, and you get the official game soundtrack. The first one came with like a bonus like story. Can you tell I'm very happy? So I was happy they didn't screw me with that one, because I would have got pissed. And I think it's made for like, what, XP? Maybe 7? I don't remember what it said. Minimum system requirements, Windows 7. I'm running 10. So I should be good. Plenty of mem. Sorry, I was drooling. So that was score number 1. And these I am wearing now. Locally, I would have to pay $10 a piece. I got them both for $10. And I am wearing red raspberry, which is the pretty pink right here, and electric blue, which is obviously blue. And I wanted the little spike of white. I kind of like the white hair. Even if I had unicorn hair, I'd probably still end up putting color in it just because I'm that type. So I'm hoping it works in my favor tomorrow. So, and this is from Sparks. And the purple that I've been wearing is from the same company. And I do stretch it out using and this is using quite a bit of dollar store conditioner. So it stays pretty good, and I kind of liked the fact, I kind of tried a variegated type of thing where I kind of condensed it on my noggin and then kind of squished it upwards like that, so it was like lighter on the ends. It may or may not have proven successful, but I like it. I'm kind of in a patriotic type of thing, the red, white, and blue. Oh well, but I thought the pink and blue went pretty, and I really like that, so I am very well pleased with my choice. These are the 3 colors I always go for, the reds, the blues, and the purples. And inadvertently green, depending how the blue works. So, and it fades to a pretty nice color, at least the purple did. So we'll see how these 2 go. So I'm very satisfied, and you get, what was it? 3 full ounces, and if you put it in the conditioner, you can make it last forever. So that was a big score, and I bought it, like, say I bought it on a Monday, and it came Wednesday. I'm like, yes! So it worked out great, actually, with the plan I had. And the next thing I got, I am a sort of history buff. World War II, Civil War. So I got for like $7 5 films on Hitler's defeat. And this is kind of, if you can consider this type of stuff cheesy, the Hitler conspiracies, and it's a 2-sided disc. So those 3 are kind of, I mean, they're not like the fancy docket with the Discovery Channel type flashy type stuff. It's more, you know, here are the facts. It's much more simple, but it's interesting. It made some points that I hadn't realized before. But then there's one called Hitler Stole My Ideas. Hitler Stole My Ideas investigates the claim that Jörg Lantz, I do not speak German, had written similar theories on racial purity prior to Hitler's reign. And the way they do this, they have this guy dressed up as like a Templar, which is kind of, don't even, dude. Kind of what he based his sort of thing on. And I guess he wrote a magazine called Ostara that sort of put his weird ass views into print, and then he gave, it was like, all I can think of is like, he was a comic book writer and Hitler missed a couple of issues, so he goes to like the Frank Miller asking for the two issues. The guy gives him the issues, and somehow the Third Reich happens. I don't know. It's like, it was like really, really weird. But then, you know, little Hitler dude is weird on every conceivable level anyway. But very interesting. Some was kind of cheesy, but you know, I'm glad to have many points of view. So that was one thing. And you usually find a lot of stuff on World War II. Obviously, everybody knows about World War II. We are in a post-World War II world. But it gets kind of forgotten that there was a World War I. The whole reason we had a World War II is because they screwed up in World War I. So, to find out the details, I got this. 100th Anniversary Collection, 20 documentary programs on 6 DVDs solely on World War I. And I was kind of watching some of the episodes on the first disc, and they are very interesting. And, you know, being so many discs, they've got a time to kind of go into detail and focus on the different, you know, aspects. And the video is pretty interesting. My dad used to like the Red Baron. So, the war to end all wars. That didn't work out well. Warbirds over the trenches and the Great War. So far, I've been fairly impressed. I wasn't quite sure what to expect, and I think this was like $10. So, a very pleased addition to my history collection. And the pièce de résistance. Now, I was, you know, you get to a point and I was like, I only need like $3 more. So you're like shopping, what do I want, what do I want? So I'm like, okay, what am I interested in? And I was like, okay, I put in skulls. And I came across an incense burner. And I'm like, okay, he's kind of cute. I put him into my wish list. And then I kind of fiddled around and went back. And I found him, who had, you know, a similar pose, but an even cooler attitude about him. Is he not adorable? He just made me smile. And, oh, right behind. I think you need a light, buddy. I just love his attitude. The other one the other one I saw was simpler. He had the same, like, front part, but his legs were straight and it just looked like awkward. This dude is just chilling. Just a cute little guy to get the little skulls on the side. It's so pretty. And you stick the incense in his mouth. The way it's supposed to work. So he's smoking one big-ass cigar. So yes, when I pulled him out, he made me very, very happy. And I think he was like 10. So cute. And you've got skulls, and you're just chillaxing on the moss. So yes, I'm very, very, very happy. So he'll sit, and I actually moved my skull collection kind of over amongst, because I was kind of, I ran out of room for my skulls. But he's gonna hang out over there anyways. Like, I kind of wish there was like a way you can like hang him up, because he's just so chill. Love this dude. So yes, I was very, very, very happy. So all my goodies made me smile. So when we went, we just did our usual thing today for the will. And I'm usually lazy to kind of put my stuff in the, you know, computer bag, and it's like all these little pockets, and I just sort of dump everything in the one big bag. So I kind of wanted something to protect the laptop itself. And lo, I actually found something. And it's like, yeah, red, black, and white, and it's yours. So for $3, I found this, which is perfect. It fits inside. So it gives it a little extra protection, so I can, you know, sort of dump that in there, and then everything else besides. So, score! I think it's just, I have no idea where it came from. Made in China. What are you doing, dude? No other pockets, it's just a sleeve. Yep, made in China. Made in China in Chinese. Nothing special. Pretty well, it looks pretty good too. So for $3, I'm happy. Stick that over there. And I really didn't need these, but it'll work with my outfit that I plan on wearing tomorrow. And they're my size, so I got another pair. Shut up, don't judge me. And I'm like, well, they're kind of loud. I don't know. But then when I put them on, you could see like it kind of like leopard print. So I liked them, and of course they're Chucks. So they'll work with my skull dress tomorrow. I gotta change out the shoelaces because they don't necessarily match. So yeah, size 7 Converse All Stars. Made in Indonesia. So yes, I was happy. So I will actually find a use for these tomorrow. So that was my highly stressed out, but I'm uber excited that I have them all. And I probably won't be touching The Witcher 2 until I finish the first Witcher in like 30 years, because there's so much to do. And then I feel like obligated when I get a mission to actually finish the mission. So, yeah. But I might listen to the music, though. Let's see. A true hero forges his own story. Geralt of Rivia is a witcher, a professional monster slayer. Abandoned as a child, he was subjected to rigorous training and mutation. A time of untold chaos has come. Mighty forces clash behind the scenes in a struggle of power and influence. The Northern Kingdom mobilized for war, but armies on the march are not enough to stop a bloody conspiracy. Someone is hunting the crowned heads. Every assassination attempt intensifies the chaos, and might truly does make right. Cruelty and violence become daily fare. Still drooling. So thank you for watching. Do remember to comment, rate, share, and subscribe. There's always room for one more at The Strange and Exotic.